How to overcome parenting challenges. Wow, now that's a big one. I think every single parent that I have come across has always asked me this question: Sonali, please help me with my challenges. I'm getting burned out, I'm getting stressed. It's becoming too difficult for me. Things are going out of hand. There are too many challenges that I'm having with my child. If you're expecting in this video certain tips or a certain process, well, that's not something that you're going to get, and you're not going to get that because that's not something that I personally believe is the answer. My intention has always been to share things which have worked for me, share things which I have learned in my personal journey, things which are more on the practical ground rather than being, in the mind or as a learning that we get by reading books or just by listening to some stories. That's definitely very, very motivating. But at the end of the day, I am on the battlefield. I am on the field, and the job and the work has to be done by me. And I need some help and support or information on how do I really get that done. So definitely, there is lots of information available on how we overcome parenting challenges. Some very, very good tips, shortcuts, do this, do that. These are the top things that you should focus on. Lots and lots and lots and lots of things. What I have personally understood with a whole lot of research, with a lot of deep diving into everything around is that motivational stories, motivational tips, small shortcuts, and all the information that's available to us definitely makes us feel good. It kind of starts the engine for us to get the ball rolling. But unfortunately, not too many of us even get to the first gear. The engine starts and then it just shuts off like that, because we tend to go back to what makes us comfortable and how we've actually been dealing with things. Now, there's a very a universal truth that everything works in a process. Today, if you look around the world around you, even if you look at plants, you look at insects, you look at other animals, there is a process of how they grow. So the seed has to be planted first, then it needs a certain amount of water, it needs a certain amount of sunlight, etc., manure, etc., and then it grows, and it takes a certain amount of time to grow to its fullest. Same thing happens even in human beings, right? When the seed takes shape, it has to take a certain amount of time before the child comes into the physical world. So there is a process to everything. Now, when it comes to parenting challenges, there are two main things. There is a thought and there is an emotion. Now, most of us are professionals, and I think all of you must be familiar with this learning that thought leads to feelings, and feelings lead to the behavior. So feelings is nothing but the emotion, and behavior is nothing but the action. So thought leads to feelings, lead to the action. If you remove feelings from the middle, then thought also leads to the behavior or the action. So we can safely say that thought leads to action, and emotion also leads to action. Now, when it comes to parenting challenges, And if you really are facing certain challenges and you want to do something about it, I think the very, very first step for all of us as parents to identify is what is influencing my action towards my child? Is it thought or is it the feeling? Now, let me give you a simple example. Let's say my child is creating a lot of tantrum around the dinner table because he's not happy with the food that is being served. It's not his favorite food, and he refuses to eat, and he insists that I should go to the kitchen and make something nice for him, and only then he will eat. Otherwise, he's not going to eat. Now, if I act out of thought, then my thought will be, the food is for everyone, and my role as a parent is to teach my child to value the food that he's getting to eat today, and teach my child to obviously when he values everything that he's getting, he will respect what is there on the dinner table, and then he will eat it just like everyone else is eating it. So that's the thought. And if I'm a parent who is strongly influenced by thought, then that is what I will do. So I will probably tell my son that this is going to be the dinner. There's nothing else that's going to be cooked today. So the choice is up to you. If you wish, you can have dinner with us. Otherwise, you'll have to go hungry. So the choice is yours. Now, if I'm a parent who is influenced by the emotion, my action is influenced by the emotion, then here's what will happen. Oh, my poor baby, I know he doesn't like it, but how can I let him go hungry? He will go without food. I will not like that. Then even I'll not feel like eating. And, so let me just go and, make some scrambled eggs for him. So at least, he's full. He's had his dinner. Now, what a vast difference. Same situation, or rather one situation, one event, but a thought leads to a different action and the emotion leads to a different action. Now, this becomes the starting point. When we say ready, get, set, go, and then we start running, this becomes the starting point, the pre-prep for us to overcome the challenges. Let's understand one thing, guys, that how we behave is actually our habit, our normal way of doing things. So the more we act out of thought, that becomes a habit for us. So in most of the situations, we go to our natural way of thinking, which is using the thought. And the more we stick to acting out of the emotions, that becomes a habit for us, and that becomes a normal way of behaving. And we can get very selective in this area. So we may choose to act out of the emotion only for our children, but when it comes to other people's children, or when it even comes to let's say our team members at work, we may choose to operate out of thought rather than the emotion, because we realize what is going to give us the best outcome. So when it comes to parenting and the challenges that we're facing, you need to figure out where all are you facing your challenges and which specific areas, and then you need to see for yourself, are you acting out of thought or are you acting out of emotion? So it doesn't mean that acting out of thought is good and acting out of emotion is bad, or vice versa, because we need to act out of both thought and emotion at some point, or we need to act out of combining the two for certain things because we're looking at the best possible outcome. However, we have to train ourselves in the role as parents to take a breather first before acting, which gives us enough time to choose thought or action or both. Why? Because we want the best possible outcome. And then when we select that, then we should be equipped personally to fight against our own inner pull that we get. So for example, in the case of the dinner event that we just spoke about, if we decide to go with the thought, we are going to feel some kind of emotional pull inside where we will feel bad, we will feel guilty, we will feel sorry. But boss, we have to fight that emotion that's there within us because we want the best possible outcome for our child. And this is what we need to train ourselves in every time, make that as a process. Then with time, it'll probably become kind of a semi-automatic, or if you're lucky, become an automatic process where we as parents, it becomes very easy for us to choose thought or emotion because we know what is the best possible outcome, and the inner tug of war just reduces with time. The more we make this kind of working as a habit. So I think this is how we address parenting challenges. It is not about some shortcut route, because we're not going to be able to overcome anything using any shortcuts. Trust me, it doesn't work like that. It's a journey, it's a process, and we have to go through every process. So definitely there's a lot of information, there's good information, but at the end of the day, we need to convert that into practicality for us so that we can imbibe what we're learning into our daily routines. And this is what has kind of helped me when I deep dived into this aspect of parenting challenges. I've started my journey. It's going to take a while, but I religiously do this whenever I feel that tug of war inside of me. So I'm training my mind and my brain to focus on what is the objective, and then select whether I want to use my thought or whether I want to use my emotion. So yeah, that's it. And please do this for yourself as well. Do write back to me. Do comment on whether this has helped you, not helped you. Please do share it with your, your parenting groups, wherever you feel this is going to make some kind of difference, and it'll help others to simplify their parenting challenges for them. And do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon. There is lots more coming in store. And do visit my website www.praisers.co.in. It'll be great to have you as part of the Praisers community, and great to learn, grow, and progress together in this parenting, in this wonderful parenting long-term journey. Thank you. Take care and stay safe.